We are Devon and Taylor Hudspeth. We have a 2-year-old son, almost 2-year-old son, and then a 4-year-old dog named Tank.
We've been married for a little over 7 years now, which has been awesome. We love it. The family dynamic too with the son and the dog is awesome. We are building our first home, which is exciting, in the Edgewater community, and it is going to be the Basswood model. And we're excited about that for it to be our first home, but to start our family, raising our family in that model specifically, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's very growable, if you will. We'll grow our family into the home, which we're excited about, expanding beyond just the one child now and the one puppers. So we're excited. We're excited to be in the Edgewater community in a brand new Summit home. You know, sometimes disagreeing on the different colors or packages, but we ended up landing on that, and it was awesome, and we are looking forward to it. And again, with the family and with children, we had to take that into consideration as well, with some of the darker carpet upstairs, and then the darker cabinets and on the walls a little bit as well. So the brightness of a home when it gets with children can be dimmed. So we decided to do that naturally with that package.
And we were specifically looking for a 2-story floor plan. So with children, we looked at ranch styles, and with having bedrooms closer to the door, that's just something that we really weren't looking for. So we wanted that, and then the loft in the Basswood model is amazing.
Yes.
I already have very detailed decor that's going there, and that is going to be the play area / homeschool room for our kids, at least the one right now. And so that was really what sold us. And then having the bedrooms closer together, the master walk-in closet for me was also a really big selling point. Mom has a lot of clothes and shoes. That's my kryptonite, my obsession. And so those were things that really drew us to the upper level. But then on the lower level with the home office, Devon works from home currently. And then that open floor space in the kitchen is also incredible and amazing. I do a lot of cooking, but just being able to have one large room where if he's working and my little one's watching TV and I'm making dinner, I'm able to see my little one as well. So that was really a big piece that we loved in that model.
So as first-time home buyers, everybody I think goes through that Zillow search process where they're looking here, looking there, and for us, we just had found a floor plan on Zillow that was actually a Basswood model that we wanted to just come and see. There was open house hours posted on it, so we drove out here to this community, and that home was actually still being built. So it had just had a foundation poured whenever we went out to it. So we were kind of bummed initially of, darn it, we missed it, but continued to drive through the neighborhood and did see and stumble upon the model home and office. And that's really where our process began. We got introduced to Jeff, who's been fabulous for us, and again, conversations kicked off from there.
Meeting Jeff was incredible. He really stood out to us with his personal touch, and he's a Royals and a Chiefs fan, so
Yes.
That was a check mark in our book, something we didn't know need to be checked. Really took his time to get to know us and see what our needs were, what specifically were we looking for. Price range also was something to take into account, and he ended up sending us an email later that evening. So mind you, we've been going through this process all day. We're tired, we're trying to get to bed, and we get an email at 10 p.m. that's super detailed and long.
Yeah.
And maybe for the average person that would have been overwhelming, but for us it was something that really won us over, because it was just the extra mile, and we believe in going the extra mile. This was a big decision for us and our family. There was a lot of things that we knew we wanted, but there were several things that we didn't know we wanted or needed as well, and Jeff really helped fill in some of those gaps.
He even took his time after hours one evening to go show us a Basswood model. He was actually getting ready to leave out of the country on a trip, and took that extra time with us in a no pressure situation, but just offered his time to us to walk us through that model, because we hadn't seen one yet. We knew we liked the pictures and what we had seen, but again, just going that extra mile really took us over the top with our experience with him and Summit as a whole. And that just continued on as we went into kind of finalizing things through our design process and our selection process. That led us into conversations with Silverton and their team, and Jake with all of his fantastic team members over there. And it was a seamless transition from Jeff to Silverton in that partnership that they have. And it's made it very easy to just kind of have it all in one place. I've appreciated that. We've appreciated having the conversation be, where everybody can get involved if need be because they're all on the same page. And we even did the first time home buyers a kind of education piece that Summit offered through Jake, and got incentive money for that, which is an added perk and benefit of working with them, Silverton, as the mortgage and lending team in partnership with Summit. So we appreciated that as well. Free money is always good. So we'll take that all day, every day. But again, just a seamless process with his team, the communication on both ends with Jeff and with Jake and his team at Silverton have been outstanding. We couldn't have asked for anything more. Any questions that we've had have been answered in a timely fashion. We are, again, first-time home buyers, so we've had a lot of questions through the process, and we've never felt like they were overwhelmed or they weren't prepared to answer any of our questions, and really wanted us to ask the questions to where that they knew we were getting everything that we needed to be and feel comfortable answered, and so that way we could move forward and into our new home. One thing that we did appreciate from the design process kind of into that contract and beginning the actual build phase of our home was everything was very streamlined and laid out for us just from point A to point B to point C of exactly what to expect. So there was no, unturned stones, or there was no questions that didn't get answered, or we knew what to expect all the way along. And then when it was handed off to the project management team with the builders, it was just a really seamless transition there.
Yeah, absolutely. And just knowing who to talk to about what. So we knew we had personal realtors, we knew we had sales agents, and then the project managers. They did change a couple of times, but we did know exactly who to turn to. So if we had a question about, okay, what phase of the process are we in, or can we come, take pictures with our family and break ground today, we said, okay, we can email Jeff. And then we could email Mark, and so we just knew exactly who to go to, and that was really nice. That created peace of mind because, again, you don't know what questions you have throughout this process. So knowing that, okay, I know exactly who my points of contact are just made things a lot easier. So for me, buying our home and building it is very, very special. It has, first off, always been a dream of mine. My family, I was raised by a single mom, so we actually never owned homes growing up. And so I used to live in an apartment not too far from here, and so actually being able to own a home in a very similar city, similar space is very, very special. Traditions also are super important to us in our family, and we have some that we're starting to create, with the 2-year-old, he's not going to remember a ton. So Christmas it's going to be our house, right? That's going to be our present to our family, and so we're excited to watch him explore, and develop neighborhood friendships. Our best friends are actually going to be living right down the street. It's about a 7-minute walk, and so watching our kids grow up together and play, and they'll be going to school, and just being present, being fully present, and seeing what comes from that. So this has been a really, really special time for our family, and we're so excited about more to come, and the memories that we get to make in our brand new home.
And I think it's exciting too, just to be in a space that you can create. You can create memories, you can create just things that matter and that are important to us as a family. And like she had said, cooking in the kitchen and watching the kids play in the playroom upstairs, and the dog having a backyard, to run around in that's fenced. And again, can't say enough about the community as a whole too, where for us, families of utmost importance, and to feel like we're in a safe community where, our kids can go, play down the sidewalk and go to the neighbors and play with the kids, and having friends is a bonus, close by. But super excited to be in a community and in a home that is a jumping off point for us truly to a much bigger and brighter future. And we're just excited to be, again, first time home buyers, building our first home in a place, in a community that is special to us, and we'll have a lot of memories going forward. With Summit specifically, we definitely appreciated the different communities that they offer, and we stopped in multiple of the communities and understood that any of their floor plans could be built in those communities. So it was good to just hear the perspective from the agent that was there, or the sales agent that was there at that specific community, just to hear their perspective, and especially being first-time home buyers, that was the biggest thing for us, where we were just kind of coming in, just open arms, ready to receive anything that we could get that would help us in our decision-making process. And that was something that Summit provided at each different community, was a knowledgeable and respectful sales agent that was going to give us any questions that we had, answers to that, or do their best to give us answers. And that would be something that I would encourage anybody, is to ask all of the questions. And Summit's team is very prepared to answer those, and if not, they will find you an answer and point you in the right direction. But seeing the different communities and amenities that each one offered gave us the ability to choose what we felt was best for our family, and again, had multiple different communities to choose from throughout the Kansas City metro, which was a big bonus for us.
And then as first-time home buyers, this is a big decision, right? You're making a very, very large purchase. So for us, we made a list of a couple of things, at least 3 to 4 things that we really, really wanted. So having a 2-story home was something that was really important to us. Having a basement, that was something that was really important to us. Having a gas stove, because I like to cook, that was also really important to us. So when you're going through this process, write down your non-negotiables and then narrow your search based off of that. And then be okay to kind of maybe go back to the drawing board and make some different decisions. Like I said, this is a pretty big decision that you're making. So take your time with it and be picky with what you want. That's what we did.
Yep. Overall, we would just say that we're extremely blessed by this whole process and by the Summit team to get a brand new home at a affordable price. That is, something that can last a lifetime for us, and we're excited about that. And again, just extremely grateful for the process, for the team, and blessed to overall be in a new Summit home.
And note to future self, less is more. Stop making those Amazon packages show up every single day, and forget that, taking care of your family is a joy, and find the joy in it.
Pretty cool story with us. Our groundbreaking ceremony, Jeff set it up. He had shovels out for us, hard hats out for us. Made it a super special moment for us. It actually happened to be on our 7th wedding anniversary, and we had family and friends come in. I guess it was just family actually for the groundbreaking that came in, including our grandparents on her side, and then our mom and dad on both sides, which was a truly special moment. 7 is a significant number to us, so 7 years of marriage was an awesome milestone to celebrate. We are lot 177 too, which makes it even a little bit more special. So just cool story all the way around. Just continue to be those winks that we are in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and so again, another reason why Jeff was so awesome, because we didn't even know that this was something that we could do, but he said during this process we would actually be able to come out and write scriptures on the framework of the home. And I'm like, well, that sold me, if anything else. And so our faith is something that is extremely important to us. And so being able to do that with not just ourselves, but really, really close friends of ours as well, that really helped in this process as well, just along the journey of our 7 years of marriage, and them coming and not just writing scriptures, but praying in the home as well, all before we've even moved in, was just something that was really, really significant. And we've had a little bit of a journey with having children, and so one of the verses that's going to be in the nursery that we're speaking and declaring is actually Hebrews 11:11, and so our best friend wrote that in there. And so it's awesome. We literally couldn't have written a better story, and we're just so grateful to be doing this process.